Today we're at the Ren Fair. Before we attend the fair together, let's get dressed for the occasion. The most magical thing about attending the fair is that you can go however you are most comfortable. Throw out the idea of historical accuracy. To my knowledge, there were no corsets during the Renaissance, or pirates, or people walking around dressed like dark witches. A Ren Fair is a place of make-believe, and as adults, we need that more than we know. My Ren Fair alter ego is a hearth witch who has traveled the world collecting mystical knowledge, herbs, and a healthy sense of self and independence. I started off my costume with a peasant dress I bought from Amazon, along with a linen apron. I added a leather bag made by a small craftswoman from the East Coast. The feathers in my hat came from a small apothecary in Ashland, Oregon. The flower wreath I made from bouquets sent to me over the last year. If you want to dress up, start simple and play around until you land on something that feels most authentic to you. In my experience, a costume is never truly complete. Every year, my Hearth Witch alter ego comes more and more alive as I add things to her belt and to her story. Whether you're visiting a small local Ren Fair like we are today, or you're attending the Renaissance Pleasure Fair of Southern California that attracts 250,000 visitors annually, it's a good idea to remember 5 things, in my opinion. It's a Renaissance Fair miracle. There's no line. Rule number 1, if there is no line in the bathroom, you go whether you need to or not. Number 2, there are going to be crowds. Embrace it. Be kind and patient. You are already where you want to be. Oh, and for the best experience, wear comfy shoes. There are so many shopping opportunities at the fair. This is the best way to add to your costume and character. Number 3 will help you navigate these shops. Bring cash, and remember, the things that are for sale at these festivals are usually handcrafted by small business owners. Pay what they're asking or walk away. Don't haggle. The Ren Fair is the perfect place to buy items to complement your costume. Not all festivals have the same thing, and you can really tell who's been around by what's hanging from their belt. Number 4, don't be afraid to engage with the players. These are people who make the Ren Fair feel as authentic as a Ren Fair can feel. They will come up to you and engage with you and make you feel like you're part of the fair instead of just an observer. At first, this can be a bit off-putting, especially if you're like me and you don't like attention. But if you surrender to the chaos, it can be a lot of fun.
Now make way for the king and queen of the fair. Make way.
Every Renaissance fair has a king and a queen and a royal court. I'm so happy the Fae folk were here today. They bring a bit of magic to the formal court of Queen Elizabeth I. The people behind me here are charging $8 for a braid. Just one braid. One single braid. $8. I think I'm in the wrong business. This young man is learning how to be a knight. If he's good enough, he can compete in the arena in front of the entire festival. It's not a proper Ren Fair without sword fighting and jousting. Now that we're on our way home from visiting the Ren Fair today, what was your favorite part?
Milo, you go first. I need to think.
I like the pirate at the beginning.
The pirate at the beginning, yeah, he was cool.
My favorite part was probably just looking at all the handmade stuff. Everyone's so creative. It really inspired me to make my own cool little mystical things.
Yeah, the shopping was just great. I loved the shopping part. I'm a little frustrated about the food situation. These are the food lines. They are hours long and never seem to dissipate. The only booth that didn't have a line was the popcorn booth. So we are headed off to our favorite vegan restaurant for some lunch. Yeah?
Yes.
Which is the perfect segue into number 5. Don't count on the Renaissance Fair having your special dietary needs. I'm not suggesting that you break the rules and smuggle in food and drink, but maybe if you have food restrictions? Well, I'll leave that up to you and your best judgment. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me today. Your comments, subscriptions, likes, love, and support mean the world to me.